If you don't like eating noises or hearing people chew, mukbangs are not for you. Click off right now because... Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all eating good. I know this is a different setup. You're probably wondering, what is Dom doing? Well, today we are doing a mukbang. I'm sure some of you might know what it is. I don't know. I feel like it's not really big in the UK. At least I don't think it is. It's usually like in the US and stuff. But it's basically an eating show, Korean eating show. It doesn't have to be Korean. Loads of like American and Chinese people and whatnot do it. But it does derive from Korea. So I'm going to be using this video to answer some questions that people have asked me, to talk about myself a bit, and like what I do, and just to eat in front of you guys. I have a lot of awesome food. Okay, I have Tteokbokki or Rabokki because there's some ramyeon in it. Tteokbokki is rice cakes in like a spicy sauce that's made from gochujang and gochugaru, which is hot pepper paste and hot pepper flakes. And then I have some franks that I cut into little octopuses because I think it's cute. And then I have an egg, I have some spring onions, and I didn't put any fish balls in it this time because I wasn't feeling for some fish balls, but it is what it is. Then I have some dumplings here, mandu. I also have one with vermicelli and one is leek and vegetable. Probably gonna do some Russian roulette with that. Then I didn't make these, I bought these. Judge me if you want. I made a cool dipping sauce, which is just fish sauce, soy sauce, sugar, chili flakes, a bit of sesame oil and sugar, and it's yummy. Then we have some, I think it's called ponytail radish, horse ponytail radish pickled, horse ponytail kimchi. That was a mouthful. Horse ponytail kimchi, which is so good. We also have some normal kimchi, which I don't know if I'm gonna open yet, and some pickled radish, which I just love. So crunchy. I don't know if you guys can see. I also put a bit of cheese in here. Excuse the angle today. I'm working on getting a better tripod, a better camera, a better light. Just give me a minute. So we have some mandu. I'm gonna dip it in the sauce. I love pickled radish. I just buy the cubes and then slice it myself. Let me just eat a bit before I get in. I'm so hungry. It's so good. I have the questions I'm going to answer here on my phone. I need to get a better cell because I can barely see my food. And then I got some ball-shaped Ddeokbokki. If you've never had Ddeokbokki, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I don't know. It's like, it's so good. That's what it is. I'm gonna really need to get him. Look at my cute little octopus franks. Look how cute they are. Hope you can see that. And what's tteokbokki without an egg? For my tteokbokki, that's the only time I like my egg hard boiled. They're like, if you're like Nigerian or African and you've had anything like fufu, I feel like the texture is closest to that, but it doesn't really have a flavor. It just takes on the flavor of the sauce, just like fufu. So where did I put the lid? And to drink, we just have water, because water is good for you. Oh, this is so good. Okay, this is why I did not want to do a mukbang, because I'm just going to get carried away eating and I won't talk. Hold on, I just want to try some of this. It's got a bit cold because I was spending so much time trying to find a good angle in it. I'm gonna use. Also, I don't actually eat that much, so even though that's hard to believe, but don't expect me to finish all this food. This is gonna go to work, honey. Dumpling. This dipping sauce is really good. I'm good. And if you want a recipe for the Tteokbokki, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share it. Make sure you grab a plate. Oh my god, where are my manners? Grab a plate. Eat with me. Let's chat. Let's be cute. Some of them got like crispy because I left it on the stove a bit long, but it worked in my favor because it is really nice. It gives it a good textural element. Also, if you don't like eating noises or hearing people chew, mukbangs are not for you. Click off right now because I feel crunchy. Korean food makes me so happy. I could just eat Korean food all day. I don't even know where the obsession came from. I just used to watch videos on YouTube and then I just got like addicted to it. Like at first kimchi, when I tried it, I thought, oh, what the hell is this thing that is like feet? It was just not good. And then I tried it again, and then again, and then I cooked with it, and then I ate it again, and then again, and it was just, excuse me, it was just amazing. Honestly, I watch a lot of mukbangs, but it's a bit different to do them. I need to learn how to do setups and stuff. That one was a good one. A good dumpling. Okay. I need tissue, but I have none. I forgot to say itadakimasu. But This is Korean food and that's Japanese, so. Anywho, back to today's discussion. Let's see what we're going to be talking about. Sorry if I look like hunched. It's because my camera's like all the way up there. My food is like up here. And it's just a lot going on, okay? So just please bear with me. Up some of the questions you guys asked me, because I told people to DM me and give me questions about, you know, things about me, about food, whatever I feel, you know, I can answer. I will answer to the best of my ability. One of the questions is, I have to chew. Another thing about Ddeokbokki is, when you chew it for a while, your jaw starts to hurt. It's like some jaw work. Okay, so someone asked me, do you have any food you want to try but haven't tasted yet? Are there any foods I want to try but haven't tasted yet? I would say I want to try uni. It's like sea urchin. I've seen it used on like sushi and in spaghetti, and they always seem to let them use it on MasterChef. So I really want to try sea urchin. I love seafood, but it does look like tongues or something. It doesn't look cute. But yeah, that's what I want to try. How to cut onions without crying. Honestly, the only time I don't cry when I cut onions is when I'm doing like a dice. So when you peel the onion, don't cut off the end. So you know there's like the bit that comes up like a cone, and then the bit that's sprouty with loads of bits that was probably planted in the ground. So when you cut that, try not to cut through the bit that's hairy, basically, because that's what holds in all the, I don't even know how to explain it. But basically, if you leave it like together, if you leave the bit together that holds the onion together, you're less likely to cry because the onion won't bleed. But I might try to show you guys in a video. I don't know. There's so many videos on YouTube. I'll try to link you to a good one. But sometimes I cry when I cut onions, honestly. Just another question said, how long have you been cooking? Oh, I've been cooking since I was swimming in my daddy's bowls. Just kidding. Maybe like 6 or 7. Yeah, I used to just cook for my family, and I would like heat up. At first, you know what? I wasn't actually even cooking. I was heating up food in a pan, and if it got piping hot, I would say I'd cooked, and that was when I was like 6 or 7. And then I lived in Nigeria for a bit, and so I obviously learned how to cook for myself there, and before I went. And I always watched like cooking shows. I always, Ready Steady Cook was my ish. Ooh, I'm so clumsy. Ready Steady Cook, that was the business. I really loved it. Yeah, so I started around when I was 7. When I was like 7, and I don't know if I want to talk. Should I tell you guys my age? How do you guys think I am? I'm young, but yeah, I've been cooking for a while. And if you want to say like doing food blogging, I only started a couple years ago. I wasn't actually going to blog, but then, you know, people kept asking me for like recipes and stuff, and so I thought, okay, hey, I'll blog. And then I said I'd never do YouTube, and then YouTube came around, and what did I start doing? YouTube. So yeah, I've just been doing it for a while. Next question. What's the hardest dish you've ever made? The hardest dish I've ever made? That's a tricky question, because the hardest dish I've ever made, I don't know. I actually don't know. Honestly, I feel like dishes aren't really like hard. It's usually, if I don't know a recipe, I literally just look at other recipes not copy, but I study techniques, I like what the main method is of things. And then I just managed to adapt it to my own. So I think maybe baking is a part of me that's a bit the weaker part of me, but I wouldn't say I've had a hard dish to cook. Maybe time consuming, but not hard. What's your favorite dish to make? My favorite dish to make would probably be sundubu. That's Korean like tofu army based stew. It's literally, no, that's budae-jjigae. Sundubu-jjigae, yeah, it's tofu stew. And it's literally my comfort food. Like, if it's cold, if I just want something to give me a bit of a cuddle or make me warm inside, I just have kimchi jjigae. It's just, oh, I love it. I love it. Honestly, I'm obsessed with Korean food. I actually need to seek help. The next question, how or where did you learn to cook? I would say it's mostly self-taught. Some things I learned from watching like videos and, you know, making loads of Nigerian food. Like, you know, your mom's like, come and blend plum. So I had to blend the plum a lot, but I always really ate like Nigerian food. And when I started cooking, I was more so experimenting with just myself, and I just taught myself, really. I didn't actually learn it from anyone. I watch a lot of videos. I'm always watching cooking videos. I actually watch TV. I only watch anime and cooking. So I'm just always learning and reading cookbooks too. Matter of fact, oh my god, my Bon Appetit restaurant, my Bon Appetit magazine came today. I am so excited to get onto it. Let's open it. I thought it was meant to come with that. It took ages to come. I mean, I thought it would be of better quality in terms of, you know, magazine, but it is Bon Appetit, and I believe this is from like Vogue or something. But there's that. I cannot wait to get into it. This is the 2018 edition, and they've got some really cool recipes on there. I just like looking at food, you know. Ooh, this is some good looking stuff. I can't wait. So it's never too late to learn, but where do we start learning? Honestly, when in this day and age, and I hate saying that because I sound like an old person, but with the way the internet set up, I feel like it's just an excuse if you're not learning anything, or if you're not trying to learn new things, if you're not starting somewhere. You can literally learn how to build a business online. And so I feel like Googling things on YouTube, asking me questions, watching videos, you know, experimenting. I feel like there should be no rules in the kitchen, in my opinion. To a certain extent. That's kind of why baking for me is a bit tricky, because I feel like it's a lot of rules and a lot of measurements, and I'm also a feel as I go type of person. So it's just a bit conflicting, I suppose. But I would say in terms of like things going together and rules and whatnot, I don't think there should be rules in the kitchen, because I feel you just don't know what could work together. You don't know how your taste buds might just surprise you one day. So I feel like go on YouTube, go on Google, but experiment. You will only know if you try. You can't look at everyone else's flavor and say you'll like it. Is there anything you find difficult in terms of cooking? I do find it difficult to bake. I don't even want to say bake because I feel that's really general, but I feel like I find it hard to do like sweet stuff because I'm not a fan of it. I'm definitely more of a savoury person myself. I'm getting so full right now. I know this, you're probably gonna be like, how much have you eaten? But really, I'm full. I was eating so much kimchi downstairs, which is so silly of me. But yeah, so yeah, I find baking a bit more difficult. I feel like it's where I don't have much confidence. because you just never know what's going on. Like right now, I'm working as a pastry chef, and it's really been a test because I'm not used to like baking. I'm not used to having to like weigh and do times. Of course you still have to weigh because you're working at a restaurant, but I feel like it's just a bit different. Oh, I know you lying. I know you lying. There's a wasp. Oh my god, the other day I was woken up at like 3 AM because a stupid wasp literally trapped itself in my window, and then it came. Oh my god, I'm so scared of wasps, you don't understand. How did you get your job as a chef? Well, funny story actually. While I was in Spain, so as you guys know actually, I've not been on camera for a while. And I'm sure you guys know I've been living in Spain. I'm back in the UK now, I'm not in Spain anymore. If you want me to do like a video on my time in Spain, then I can try to arrange that for you. Please give me a thumbs up and share, comment. But yeah, so while I was in Spain, it was coming towards the end of my time in Spain, and I was just like thinking to myself, like, what am I gonna do when I go back? You know I have like 1 more year left, and I do want to still pursue this career of food. However, I am studying PR and marketing, but I just wanted to gain some experience. And so I was looking online, looking at jobs, and I saw the one for being a chef at this restaurant I'd been to. Now, when I went to this restaurant, it was about 2 years ago, and I experienced a tasting menu. I think it was a 7 tasting menu with a wine flight. A wine flight is like a different wine for each course. So 7 different wines for 7 different courses. It was really good. And I really loved it. I saw that there were women working there because they had a separate pastry kitchen. And I just felt like I wanted to work there. And the person who was with me, I was like, oh, you should apply. But I was just like, nah, I'm doing too much. I don't even have any experience. I don't know anything about cooking. It's just not going to happen. So I just forgot about it. And then when I was in Spain, coming towards the end of Spain, I then like was looking, and I saw that they had a position for a commis chef. And that's usually someone, a commis chef is like a startup chef where you're like, you know, doing little things. You can help serve, you can prep food, there's just loads of like little jobs you'll have to do, just building yourself up basically. I saw that position. However, I wasn't coming back to the UK for another couple months, and I didn't want to apply if I wasn't going to be there yet, you know, in case they say to come in for an interview or something. I just wanted to be prepared, and I was really scared, to be honest. I feel like I was being a bit of a pussy because I have no experience. Of course, I did Culinary Genius. I did a couple workshops, and I cook a lot, and I know my food's amazing. But you know, sometimes qualifications, when you don't have them, you just feel you doubt yourself a bit. But anyway, went forward a month or so. I looked back again, and I saw that the job position was taken, and I just thought, oh shucks, well that's not gonna happen. And then one day, I don't know what was wrong with me. Sometimes I'm so impulsive, and I don't understand where or why or how it comes about. And I was drunk, because in Spain you get drunk. They give you doubles, triples for like 2-3 euros. Girl, I miss Spain. Them shots, girl. But anyway, so I was drunk, getting lit, and I just took my phone, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna email them. What's the worst that could happen? They could ignore me, or they could say no. And I literally emailed them. I'm gonna try to find the email and like put it up somewhere. If I can't, I'll find it in my next video. And the email was just like, I'm pretty sure I had spelling mistakes. I literally just put, please read I'm a passionate cook, I have a blog, I put links to my blog and stuff, and I just told them that I really want to work on their team and I really just want to be mentored and to gain some experience, and I have no experience. And then 2 days later I get a call and I'm like, hello? And they're like, hi, is this Dominique? And I'm like, yes, it is. And I'm like, hi, I got your email. I was like, email? Yeah, you emailed. I was like, I emailed? Not remembering that I was drunk. And then I was like, he goes, yes, it's the head chef of, not giving away where I work yet. And I was like, what? No way. I literally checked, I'd emailed them 2 days ago and they got back to me and he was like, oh, come in this week for a trial shift. And I was like, screw, a trial shift this week? Like, you've got to be kidding, I'm still in Spain, I'm not back for another month, I don't know what I'm going to do. And they were just like, no, don't worry, the dialogue is open, just come in when you... The dialogue is open? I was like, oh, you know, the dialogue is open, is that me? So I was like, okay, that's cute, or whatever. And then, you know, I come back to the UK and I called in again and said, oh, hey, we spoke a month ago, you said I could come in. I went in, spoke to the head chef, and then I was given the job, and I've been working as a commis on larder, but then now I've been on pastry, and that's been a whole nother experience in itself. I do want to do a separate video on what it's like being a chef, kind of kitchen politics, because even though I've only been working there for about a month now, I do feel like there's a lot of things I've seen, I've noticed, and experiences that I can share with you guys. Maybe anyone who's looking to pursue food or who just wants to know about how it works or what happens, then I can do a video for you guys, which will be really fun. So thumbs up and comment if you want a video on that. I'm actually really full, you know. I even bought some melon pan, which are so yummy, but I'm probably just gonna snack on them later. They call it crusty bun, but it's a melon pan. It's like a donut covered in a cookie dough, and it's like crunchy and soft. It's really good, so I'm probably gonna have that later. But as for this food, I'm feeling like sleepy, and I'm probably gonna have it later on. I hope you guys like videos like this. Sorry it was kind of all over the place. I mean, I'm gonna like rearrange myself, readjust my... Let me eat some of this radish. I don't think I ate some. There's one I bit already. Let me see. Kimchi is so good for you. Like, I just love fermented food. Pickles, all of that. But anyway, I'm going to cut this video short because my neck and my back started to hurt, and I want to find a better positioning next time. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, then go away, don't give me a dislike, and you know, let me know what you think. I'm gonna do a next video on my experience as a chef and what it's been like, and then I'm also gonna try to cook in one of these mukbangs. I'm gonna try to do more of these for you guys so you can get a bit more personal with me and see how silly I am and blah 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 blah. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please give this a thumbs up, please share and subscribe. Bye guys.